Brusco's BBC Big Boy Conversations.
While good looks can get you noticed and money can get you places, it's ultimately your personality that'll determine whether a woman will stay for more. Unlike men who choose potential partners based on looks first and personality second, women place a premium on personality over other elements of attraction. In that regard, we'd like to share some behaviors that tend to turn Filipino women off. Our hope is that being aware of these things can help you tone them down, increasing your chances of taking things to the next level with the ladies. While we're not suggesting that you change who you are, we do want to emphasize the fact that there's always room for improvement in our personalities. So here we go with the 8 biggest turnoffs for Filipino women, Behavioral Edition. Number 1. Misogyny. By definition, misogyny is the hatred, dislike, contempt, or prejudice against women. While woman haters are very rare in Philippine society, and educated men recognize women as equals, there are still some guys who just don't get it. Worse, a lot of misogynistic men aren't even aware that they're that way. Essentially, if you think of women as anything other than equals, you probably have a little misogyny in you. If you have the tendency to treat them as trophies or commodities, you're not just a jerk, you're also misogynistic. If you make explicit statements that women are any less capable than you are intellectually or professionally, then you're a 100% certified misogynistic person who needs an attitude adjustment. Number 2. Liar, liar. Honesty is among the most cherished of human behavioral traits. It's the foundation upon which trust is built, and it's the glue that holds relationships together. If you're trying to make progress when dating a woman, the last thing you'll want to show her is dishonesty in any form. Regardless if it's in the form of fibbing or lying through your teeth about important things, dishonesty is a non-starter for most women once they detect it. Whether you're in the process of getting to know a woman, actively dating her, or even when you're in a relationship, make sure to be as honest as you possibly can. Pretending to be something you're not or hiding things from her can only breed distrust, which leads to bigger issues. And more importantly than that, try not to do things that you can't be proud of and would compel you to lie to her about. The less baggage you have, the easier it is to be honest. Number 3. Being metrosexual. A metrosexual man is a straight guy who happens to be especially meticulous about his grooming and appearance. He has the tendency to take particularly long inside the bathroom and even longer in front of a mirror. He's very concerned about being in style and avoids situations where he looks less than his absolute best in public. Although metrosexual men aren't necessarily gay, Filipino culture tends to confuse one with the other due to the grooming rituals involved. While you may be 100% heterosexual and secure in your manliness, the last thing you'd want to happen is for your lady friend and the people around her to think that you're not. Number 4. Talking too much. Good conversations are essential to making progress with a girl. Having engaging, witty, and flirty talks with her can help put her at ease, build a little trust, and make her even more interested in you. Most men are aware of this, and we have the tendency to initiate talks to get things flowing between us and the women that we like. Unfortunately, not all conversations are equal. If you're too concerned about initiating verbal exchanges, there's a good chance you'll end up talking a lot and monopolizing the conversation. Barely letting the girl talk while you blabber on about yourself and your ideas can send all the wrong signals to a lady. Number 5. Talking about things you own. If you have the advantage of wealth, you'll want to demonstrate it without necessarily flaunting it. If you do, you risk turning the girl off because it sends the signals that you're a bag of hot air. When conversing with a girl, don't talk about your fancy new condo, your sports car, or your designer clothes. Instead, interact with her on a down-to-earth manner, and if you're really well off, she'll notice it without you saying anything. Having money isn't the most important thing in a relationship. However, it is a powerful complementary attribute that's better used passively. The more you use it instead of talking about it, the more attractive it will make you in the eyes of a woman. Number 6. Being torpid. It's natural to feel a little nervous around someone that you're really attracted to. If you don't have much experience in dating, it's easy to get intimidated by the person you're with. The tendency is to become more self-conscious, causing you to stutter, stammer, and generally act in a sheepish way in front of a woman. You'll also be less likely to say anything that will let the girl know for sure how you feel about her, because at this point, you're so terrified with the prospect of rejection. If you have notions that being torpe is cute in any way, trust us when we tell you right now that it absolutely isn't. Most societies evolve through the ages with men playing the role of protectors and providers. The expectation is for us to act in a calm but self-assured manner which projects inner strength. The bottom line? Women generally appreciate men who show confidence in the same way when you'd rather have a doctor who's confident over another doctor who is unsure of himself, especially when you're about to get a surgery. Number 7. Being Mr. Fixx. Typically, women talk about their problems with people whom they have some degree of trust and comfort with. They confide with the emotional release as the point of the exercise. If they get some sensible advice or even some assistance, those are merely bonuses. The point for the ladies is that there's someone who'll listen and understand where they're coming from. The next time your lady friend talks about a problem, make sure to be a good listener. She'll appreciate that more than anything else. Of course, you should still ask if there's anything you can do to help, as long as you feel you really can. What you want to avoid is forsaking the listening part and interrupting her with constant advice and offers of assistance. Keep in mind that she came to you to be heard, and not to be lectured or be treated like a damsel in distress. The important thing is for you to be the one who understands her, and if you can help out, that's just icing on the cake. And at number 8, being a pervert. Look, all romantic relationships will likely lead to sex assuming that things go well. That's natural, and it's just biology at work. However, that doesn't mean you should start dropping sexual innuendo on a woman just a few days after meeting her, or even on your first date. The time for physical intimacy will come if you play your cards right. But for now, it's best to show her that you have good intentions for her and that you're not a pervert on the hunt for his next sex object. While you're in the getting to know stages, keep things nice and platonic. Women appreciate being desired by the men that they love, but that's usually the case only when they feel secure in the emotional bond between the two of you. If you show strong sexual motives right from the get-go, the woman will understandably think that you're only after sex, and that you're a little sick in the head, or maybe both. Of course, lady perverts still do exist. If the object of your affection is the one initiating the sexual innuendo, all bets are off. As long as the act that follows are between two consenting adults, it's all fair game. And there you have it, the 8 biggest behavioral turnoffs for Filipino women. Are there other things that we weren't able to list here? Let us know in the comment section.
Stay tuned to Bruce Co's videos and Big Boy Conversations by hitting the subscribe button below, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, stay cool, bros.